I'm excited to share with you today, and Dale and I are just over the moon to be here, and we just feel so blessed that you guys could all be here with us, and we are really overwhelmed with gratitude that our clients could be here from Australia, that some of their teams could be with us here, the sites at scale could be represented here, our WrkPod team. We never thought this would be something that we would do. We came to a meeting with Nilo Tam in a room just over here, and he was telling us about his vision for this facility, and Dale and I looked at each other and we said to each other, let's just take the whole place. And we're just so excited to be here today. There's so many things that I could share about, but I'm just going to share about a few. Dale is going to say some thank yous, so I'm going to leave most of the thank yous to him, but I do want to just thank a few special people. I want to thank Beth, who told me to come to Dumageddon all those years ago. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be here today, so give her a round of applause. I want to thank our teams, the Sites at Scale team, the WrkPod team. There's a painting which I've asked the guys to bring up on stage. If you guys could bring that painting up. Jong actually had this painting commissioned for us, and it was just finished last week, I believe. And I don't know all of the history, so Filipinos, please forgive me, but my understanding is that in this area of the Philippines, and in many areas of the Philippines, the village would come together when a house was being built, and the whole village would get under the house, and they would carry the house and place it where the house was going to be situated. And it's a place then where people would be born, where people would build families, where lives and generations would be changed. And friends, that's what we're doing here today. And I want you all to know that we're all together here lifting this house up. And Dale and I don't want to take any of the credit, for what's happening here today, because none of this would happen without everybody who's represented here. We wouldn't be here today if Mr. Nilo Tam didn't build this building. If he didn't have a vision to impact the city, we wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't be here today if Beth didn't force me to come to Dumageddon and check it out. We wouldn't be here today if these wonderful Sites at Scale employees didn't say yes. I wouldn't have had the money to spend on this facility if it wasn't for them. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Jong, or we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Chris or Cybel from recruitment. So I want you all to give yourselves a round of applause, because we're all in this together. So thank you so much. You can take that down. Thank you. So WrkPod started with a modest goal. We had 50 spare desks that we wanted to fill in a facility, in our very first facility in Dumageddon. And I could say in my speech today, I could tell you the whole story of how we got to where we are, but I thought what would be better would be to tell you why. This week, Dale's been challenging me over and over, like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? And I give him a cliche answer, and Dale's like, no, tell me really why. Why are you doing this? Both Dale and I have successful businesses already. Yes, it's nice to have, money to buy houses and do other things, but we already have achieved financial success in our other business ventures. And so Dale's like, why? Why are you doing this? What's the purpose? So I wanted to tell you a little bit about it. And it goes back to 2005 when I was 16 years old. As a high school student in the town of Bendigo, Victoria, on the southern part of Australia, I was a teenage boy who didn't have, I had confidence on the outside, but on the inside I didn't have any purpose. And I would mask that by trying to dress the best that I could, trying to have the prettiest girlfriend, trying to be popular at school, all of those things. But really, I didn't have any purpose, or I didn't have a sense of destiny or future for my life. And my dad was down the street one day, and it's really special to have my dad here. I'm not going to look at him, I'll cry. But it's very special to have him here. And he ran into his old football coach in Bendigo, who was now a pastor of a church, and he invited my dad to come to church. And I was not the kind of kid who would hang out at church. And Dad dragged me along on a Friday night to go to these events, and I didn't like it at all. I was popular when I was at school, and when I'd go to church, nobody would talk to me. And I was like, this is so stupid. Why would I come here where nobody likes me? I could be at the parties with my friends. And then one night, the speaker started to talk about Jesus and started to talk about God, and that every person was created with a purpose and a destiny. And it was the first time in my life where I thought that even though I didn't feel like on the inside I had much that I could do with my life, I thought I could do something great. Excuse me. I could do something great. And it's like the penny dropped. And up until that point in time, I'd been floating through life. And my friends we were binge drinking all the time. My friends had started to take ecstasy. They'd started to deal drugs. And in that moment, I realized that I wanted something more from my life. I wanted to do something great. I wanted to make a difference. And thankfully, in that moment, I made a decision that I was going to stop heading in the direction that I was heading in. And I made a decision that I was going to dedicate my life to making a difference in the lives of other people. And I know not everyone here has faith, and I'm not trying to, convert anybody, but I just want you to hopefully make a decision today to do something bigger and greater with your life, because that's what changed everything for me. And so that's really why I do what I do. That's why I'm here today, is because when I went to that church, there was one person named Michael who taught the drums, and he was the only person that really came up and talked to me. It was Michael who made an effort to come and speak to me, and then there was others along the journey who made an effort to invest their time into my life. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today. And if it wasn't for my dad, and if it wasn't for Beth, and if it wasn't for these people in my journey who had sowed their time into me, then I wouldn't be here today. And so the whole purpose for WrkPod for me is that I could be that person for somebody else. That I could provide an opportunity for people here in Tanjay that would change their life, that would impact their families, that could change the course of generations. And that's what WrkPod Campus, that's what WrkPod is about. It's not about creating a job for them to do. It's not about giving them a salary. It's about creating a destiny for them. It's about them realizing that they have purpose in their life, and that there's greatness locked up inside of them. There's a culture here in the Philippines if I could challenge all Filipinos here, you need to do something about changing. And that culture is that we talk about great things happening in other places. Like, greatness happens in Silicon Valley, and greatness happens in London, and greatness can happen in Sydney, and maybe even greatness can happen in Manila, but greatness can't happen here in Dumaguete, or greatness can't happen here in Tanjay. Like, we're just a remote town in the middle of nowhere. But I want to challenge that belief. Why not Dumaguete? Why not Tanjay? Why not you? Why don't you do something great with your life? And that's what WrkPod Campus is all about. I want to thank you for being here today. For my clients, my friends that are here, thank you for making a difference. Together, let's change the lives. We've got 500 Filipinos who are going to be getting jobs here. Let's not just pay them. Let's encourage them to be great. So thank you so much. Last person I want to thank, Dale, if you come, you're going to get an introduction in a moment. I won't steal Gretchen's thunder. One last person I want to thank, because Dale's going to thank everybody else. I want to thank my business partner, Dale Beaumont. He's been one of those people in my journey who's inspired greatness in me, and so I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for lending your checkbook as well for this project. And Catherine, if you watch this video, you're very much a part of that. Thank you as well. Without Dale and Catherine, then I wouldn't have all of that inspiration that I would have had to do this. So thank you, Dale. Thank you.